It's not wide enough.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Shared Space with Quita and Chap. How you doing today, Chapo?
Hello, I'm well. How are you?
I am very well, very well. Was just texting and trying to do some tech support for our guest today, Mr. Dwayne Richardson, but he's having some technical difficulties.
Well, I love your earrings. Those are dope.
Thank you, thank you.
So yeah, hopefully he can make it on. Mr. Dwayne Richardson has making good in the community park over by is it Cliffmont and Chesterfield, I think.
Yep, yep.
He actually is petitioning everyone to vote for him for a collectively is doing adaptive village small grants. They're doing $100,000 worth of grants. I think his for his park he's trying to get the $25,000 grant. He needs 300 votes, which doesn't seem unreasonable since we can vote every day. So I know for the next
And
couple
for
of days.
multiple emails.
Yeah, exactly. So I know for me, I got 4 more days of voting from several emails, so that should be about 10 or 20. And but I have to say, I'm also voting for Level Up, Daesan. And there's a couple other people hit me up, but right now I'm gonna say I mostly voted for Mr. Dwayne because I really like what he's doing over there. Um, Not too worried about Daesan because he has a great, wealthy family of resources, but I would love to see him get one as well. And it looks like our guest has made it. So if let's introduce this is Mr. Dwayne Richardson.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. There he is. There he is. Hey, Mr.
Hey,
Richardson, how are you doing?
hey, family, I'm doing just fine. Out here putting these benches up for these memorial people that passed away in the community that did so much work.
Mm.
So I'm a little exhausted, but I'm here.
Hey, you made it to the show, man. I know it's the end of a long Monday, so I appreciate your time with us this evening, man.
No
I was
problem.
just sharing with the audience. You have applied to the Adaptive Village small grant program with Collectively.
Yes,
You've been sharing that you need about 300 more votes. People can vote daily. They can vote from multiple emails.
yes,
All right. So, man, I will share with you guys. I've been down to the Making Good in the Community Park. It's a really, really great family vibe in that community there. You know, being perceived as white, like just kind of rolling in the neighborhood was like I was well met. People were very peaceful in that neighborhood. It's a good vibe, man. I implore people to check it out. If if you don't know what's going on and you're from the community, go check it out. I think the last time we were there was for a digital equity
yes,
initiative, right? And I
yes,
know you're doing a ton of other stuff. We're looking at. I think you said we're going to reschedule, but we're going to do a movie for the community, outdoor movie on the big screen.
yes.
Some fun to do and feed people and just good summertime fun, man.
Oh, yeah.
So I had a quick question. What exactly? So I know you're applying for the $25,000 loan. What can we do in that park that you got with that money? What are you looking to do there?
Well, my goal is to, I do a nonviolent family and friends event every year for the last 13 years. And I give away like 500 book bags, school supplies. I have moon bouncers out there, pony riding, marching bands, and I give away plenty of free food, face paint, and all kinds of different educational vendors out there, educate them on certain things that they need to know. And I also want to put a small playground out there and the parking lot. I want to redo the parking lot back there as well as put another pavilion. So it's very important for me to win this contest to enable me to make these things happen.
Yeah, and the pavilion is nice, man. Let me tell you guys, it's just a nice, solid covering, picnic tables. I don't know why we don't have more of these in our community, to be honest.
Hmm.
Because it costs. Because it costs and it's upkeep. So Mr. Richardson is out there mowing the grass, making sure folks aren't leaving trash there. It looks like work. I mean, it's not just that simple. And that's why this kind of community this kind of community development is necessary because you can't just go into a community and drop off the playground and then not work with folks to maintain it, to upkeep it, to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and that folks aren't doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing. So, Mr. Richardson, thank you for that. And that's why I was so happy when so many people were pointing me your way. Khadijah, Charlene, it was just one after another. We talked about putting the tiny home back there. One of our Small Tomorrow Homes micro shelters are out there right now.
Oh, we got the tiny home ready. Just say the word.
Right? Hello.
Hey, that's another thing I want to do. I want to put that out there because I want to do mentor meetings with these youths and able to find out what's ticking in their head, to make sure they're safe in their homes, to educate them about healthy things. And that tiny home is the perfect. I mean, when I say the perfect, that is the perfect thing put out there on that lot.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Not to mention, go ahead, Chad.
No, go ahead. I just wanted to make sure I put it out there. So in the comments, we put the link. So anybody joining or watching later, viewing this later on,
you put the link out there.
Yep, it's out there.
Tell them when they vote, chat, make sure after they say they vote is accepted, it'll say they're going to send an email in a few seconds, verify your link. Because if they don't verify that link, that vote won't count.
Yep.
So you do have to verify your email immediately afterwards, and it sends it immediately. So don't get up and walk away. Just do it right after you hit submit. Go straight to your email, verify that you want to accept, and make sure your vote counts.
Mm-hmm. So what else have we been missing down there, man? Because I haven't been down there in a couple of weeks. And
well, I'm getting a lot of attention from this small tiny house that you got on here. The kids is trying so hard to make me to influence me to let them make it out of the little dollhouse. But I told them, I said, I can't do that. Y'all know what she told y'all. Let her finish doing what she do. But they are so excited. A lot of adults think it's the most prettiest thing they could ever see. And it's just getting a lot of attention,
I love that you're getting great feedback, and even the kids want to get involved. I knew when we were there for the digital equity event, they had their eyes on it. They were scoping it out. A couple of the parents came up like, can you put one in our backyard? I'm like, oh my goodness, this is supposed to be to solve, housing inequity. And people are like, this looks like a dollhouse for my kid. And it's funny to me in a way, because it's like we get to recognize our privilege. Like it's a blessing that, folks can have that want when there are, unfortunately, other people that cannot afford it. But still, the community support is overwhelming. I'm starting to think maybe I need to figure out like a 2-for-1 model, so that when people want them in the backyard, it'll also give one to the community or something like that. Use that the right way. Go ahead, Mr. Richardson.
They also was saying that they wanted to know if you can set it up where they can turn it into a little book giveaway for the kids when they come out on the lot, where they can take a book out, put a book back. And I told them that I was going to speak with you about that. So that was one of the things that we was thinking about doing, with it turned into like a
little library.
A library for the kids in the community.
Yes, and you have a set of keys there, so we can just set it up like a library inside. I know where I can get some books. Yes, we can do a library, something or another, maybe for Father's Day. When's the next holiday? Somewhere around then.
Okay, that'll be good. I'm looking forward to it.
I love that. So, okay, so a library. Is there any? You all don't. There's not an urban garden there yet, right?
No, but I was going to talk to you about that, because where the shrubbies and stuff at. Now that I put the benches up there. I got one over in the corner on the back part, and one on the other corner, and one in the front. So I wanted to take that little section in front of the bushes and make it like a little garden, since we already got roses and shrubbies there. I wanted to add some more gardening there, so that when the seniors come out, which one came out today and fell in love with that, atmosphere so they can see a little garden there. And if they want to participate and help us keep it up, it'll give them something to do while they're in the community.
Yeah, see, this is a great way for this particular grant to be used. And I know that there's a couple of different folks that we all know that are entering, but you can give Mr. Richardson a couple of your votes. Every day you can vote on multiple emails. So make sure you put the presence where it's needed.
Right.
I love that.
Let me ask you, man, because it's very unique. It's a very unique. The park is very unique. There's like 2 alleys, and then there was just this vacant space between there. What did that look like when you started? What was your vision when you got it? Like, what was the process? How did you go from, just living in the neighborhood to getting that under your domain and really loving on the community with it?
Well, about 13 years ago, when I moved back in this house, my sister bought this house 21 years ago. I was living in California, and when I came back, I used to always go sit out on the back porch, and I noticed this lot was just vacant. It was like a bunch of abandoned vehicles. People was putting trash in it. And so I said I wanted to do something different. So I started going out there cleaning it up. And I had 2 neighbors, 2 female neighbors that helped me out, cleaned it up every day. And then I said I wanted to start a little community function. Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I would give away free hot dogs and get moon bounces and a DJ. And as time went on, I started reaching out to the kids, and they was asking me questions like, "Why do you do this, Mr. Richardson? You don't get paid for this. Why are you helping us in this way?" I say, because I want you guys to see that there are some people out here that really care about the youth in the generation. And ever since that day, 13 years ago, I started adding on. I would save my money. I start building stuff little by little. I start getting people to donate grants to me. And this is where we at. It was all ball, dirt, and rocks, and abandoned vehicles and trash when I first took over it. You know.
And then I like that you still kept into consideration that this is a part of the community that folks were using before you took it over. So there's still a part where people can park their tractors or their cars. So there's still some need, and it's not as much of an eyesore because it's like consolidated. It looks managed. It looks like it's intentional, right?
It's intentional, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
And
word.
so having that intentionality behind it is like we can clean up our own communities. Because chat, I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, do we just like take over Penderhugh's lot because we've been cleaning that thing up forever? Do we just, debo it, or what? How do we make that happen? But we'll talk about guerrilla warfare another day. But for your lot, like Chat said, there's already a really nice pavilion. What does it have? Like 3 or 4 tables underneath it?
I have a pavilion out there. I have a shipping container where I store all the tools and stuff to keep it up, lawnmowers and stuff. I'm getting benches put out there as we speak. The guys out there installing 3 benches on the blacktop where the tiny house is. I put a porta pot out there. I put a fence all the way around it to keep the cars from riding up on it to make sure the kids were safe. And when I first started doing this, for the first 7 years, I tried to buy the lot from the city, and they kept telling me they couldn't figure out a price. And then the last year, I got a phone call, and they said, "Mr. Richardson, you're doing such a tremendous job out there. How about we just donate this lot to you?" And that's what enabled me to get this lot,
How about that?
Wow.
So I thank God every day for that opportunity, because like I said, I have a passion for kids and seniors, and I want to be able to reach out and help everybody as much as I can. And that tiny house would give me an opportunity to have little mentor meetings with the seniors and the kids, because a lot of times you can talk to these kids as well as the seniors, but they want to feel like it's a private thing. So that's one of the reasons why I'm focusing on getting enough income so I can get that tiny house. And y'all don't y'all dare give it to nobody else.
No, I'm inspired, man, because a lot of times we always harp on the city for what they don't do. So I am just very impressed that you are indeed a God backed man because you had a vision, you started loving on the spot,
Mm-hmm.
and and you know what can I say, man? What a testimony, bro! Like there's not a lot of testimonies like that, so
Right.
I'm
I'm
privileged
sitting
to be
here
the one
like,
to
was
present.
it the Adopt a Lot program that made that decision? Was it the mayor at that
Who cares,
time? Was
man?
it
That's
somebody in
amazing.
somebody's ear? Like, how did that happen? That is just
That's a
wow.
beautiful thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really encouraged to hear that because I don't hear enough of those type of stories in general.
Not
Um,
at all, because to be
yeah,
completely honest, like to name dropping everything, DPW, I know that they've tried to get back the Filbert Street Garden, and that
Mm-hmm.
garden gives folks in the Brooklyn area food and, activities to do. And also in Cherry Hill, there's been issues with, community managed lots. But now
Right.
that I think about it, those other lots already have like urban gardens on them. I'm wondering if that makes the soil, never mind. Okay, I can start to see a correlation here. So
Right.
maybe it's a good thing you don't have that urban garden because maybe they would have been more attracted to that piece of land. Ooh,
Yeah.
mm,
Possibly.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but it just seems interesting. But I'm glad, Mr. Richardson, that you were able to, like, without any influence, without any strong arming or bad mouthing,
amen.
it just, God was like, bless this man with this lot, and ta-da, it's yours.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Amen. Amen. I'm gonna tell you,
Absolutely.
the one day we dropped off the Thing 3, one of the micro shelters. I went back to put the lock on it, and it was so. I mean, the vibe over there is so cool, man. Like all the kids, all ran over to see what the white boy was doing in their little spot in their little park, and I was putting the locks on, and so man, I was like, you know what, you guys want to do this, and so I just lined up all the holes in the screws and the bolts, and I let each kid at least drill one screw in the locks, and like they wanted to be a part of whatever was going on in their park. So even if it was just putting a screw in, each of the kids grabbed it, and each of the kids got to use a tool. You know, I showed them a little bit how to do it safely. To that, everybody shared and took turns. Everybody was honest. Hey, I didn't go yet. She didn't go yet. I was just like so encouraged by the positive culture that was cultivated through your efforts, Mr. Richardson. Like through you just loving on the community is contagious, man, and it is spread throughout the community. I mean, the 4-year-old babies and the like 17-year-olds, they was all over checking it
Engaged.
out, right? And they were all together. It wasn't like the 17-year-olds were too
Yeah.
cool to be hanging with the babies. They just came over like a whole crew. It was a beautiful
Mm-hmm.
thing, man. And
Yeah.
so
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
when they got to use the tools and put stuff together, man, they were just like, even though it's something basic to us, it's laying
Right.
the foundation
Right.
of having skin in the game and accountability because they put in a little bit of a little bit of effort into that structure right there, right?
That's what we
They
did.
can say even though they didn't build the whole thing, they can say I helped build that.
I
Yes.
And
told you.
that's
I
huge.
told you they think it's theirs.
Oh
They
yeah.
they waiting for Laquita to come back. She was out there hot scotting with them and everything. Oh,
And
they
that's
had
what
a
I was
ball.
gonna say. I was over there and we were drawing on the pavement. We did hopscotch, and to that point, like the seniors were coming out, the teenagers were coming out, the babies were coming out. Like cars were driving through and saying, "Hey," grabbing some foods. It was just like a total family vibe in
Oh
the
yeah.
community.
Mm-hmm.
I've recruited a double Dutch instructor from Parks and Baltimore Parks and Recs. So
Okay.
next time we're out there, I'm gonna bring Miss Lakeisha Lewis, put her on the spot, because
Oh, okay.
yeah, I seen her teaching the babies at in the southeast, man, and
All
but
right.
also
That'll
by the
be
end of the day,
nice.
yeah, by the end of the day, everybody's double dutching, man.
I like
Okay.
that. And double dutch is not expensive, right? Like we
Nope.
can get a couple of ropes and use them
Mm-hmm.
over and over again. But chat, what you just reminded me of is we can do like a little mini me tools demonstration with the kids. So nothing that is sharp and nothing that'll, hurt their fingers, but they can use some of the power tools that are, on a lower level or something,
Like
learn
not
how
a
to
skill saw, but a
measure.
drill. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be really cool, especially getting some of the girls, because there's a ton of girls over there. And
Oh,
getting them
yeah.
Let me tell y'all something, because you said it. We were having a discussion over in West Baltimore, looking at some of the they're 1150 North Carrollton's up for auction, Quita, by the way. 1150 North Carrollton. But some of the abandonments and some of the houses that people are flipping, and it is extraordinary the amount. You cannot ignore the fact that women are flipping houses in Baltimore.
Wow.
Women are flipping houses in Baltimore.
Yes,
so
most of
we
the
need to find them. We need to bring them to the table and show the babies, like, we are doing this. Black women, we are flipping houses, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Because it's funny that I even think it's extraordinary, right? That says a lot about me and my unconscious bias, because I'm used to guys being construction guys. I'm used to white guys being contractors, and y'all are flipping houses in Baltimore, man, and it's, you have to take notice.
Yes. So Shelly from Black Women Build, Bree Jones from Parody Homes, Veronica Owens, who
Can y'all hear me?
had on.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we
can y'all hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Can you see us as well? Uh-oh.
Hello?
It looks like there's a delay.
Hello?
Let me see. I don't want to
Hello?
take him way off. I want to see, not from the studio.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Let me see.
We'll let him get settled for a second. I think it'll come back. Nope, he's frozen.
He looked frozen again.
But yes, you were naming a wealth of
yes. People. So Shelly, I want to say Shelly's last name is Holdsfield. I'm upset with myself that her last name is escaping me now. But Black Women Build, Bree Jones with Parody Homes, Veronica Owens with Monarch Butterfly, and then I can't remember Dana's last name, but she's doing big developments in the Park Heights area. But to your point, yes, Black women are rebuilding the hood.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. Yep.
I love it. I just eat it up. And Nika Nambi, she redid her building that Fight Blight Be More is in on the west side. And I want to tap into her. She does these hood hikes throughout the year. I think she might have a series coming up. I need to check in on that. Invite folks out to walk West Baltimore. We talk about redlining and lead exposure and all that good stuff. So let's see. Is Mr. Richardson back with us? Can you hear us? Shake your head. Yes or no. Can you hear us? Yes. Okay.
I hear you.
Okay.
Hey,
I think when you go on the move, it's the signal's hard to keep up with the stream.
Okay.
Yeah. Real quick though, man, if you don't mind, I'd like to share it's about 2 minutes, man. I'm gonna share the video you have on Collectively. You all right with that? With your permission?
Yeah, go ahead. Sure,
Right.
I'd love to.
All right, let me do this here.
Hi, I'm Dwayne Richardson. I'm a longtime resident in the Bel Air Edison community for 13 years. I host a nonviolent family and friends event to bring my community together. The Nonviolent Family and Friends event is a way for people to come together in a peaceful, fun environment to promote a safe haven for all ages. Public safety is important, and everyone should feel safe in their community. Change is needed for the life of our young people. It is important to create safety, nonviolent, peaceful, loving communities. If we don't change, what will the future look like? I am tired of seeing killings, fights, and sounds of gunshots and police helicopters. Instead, I want to hear laughter, music,
Like that one.
Chap, unmute. I think when you mute, it mutes the thing.
It is now home to making good in our community. Making Good in Our Community is an organization that brings the younger generation and the older generation together. We create space for everyone to be a part of the community through social activities and events. The more people coming together, the bigger the impact. Unsafe communities is not my issue, it's everyone in the community issue. It takes a village. I am requesting $25,000 to support my effort in my annual nonviolent community event, as well as continuing to restore the lot into a beautiful, safe addition to my community.
Man, so let me say something, y'all who just watched that, or when you come back and watch that. Everything you saw in that part, Mr. Richardson has done on his own. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes,
And
that's
what
correct.
a fantastic job, man. That's one thing I love about Baltimore people is that we can make something out of nothing. So just imagine what this man can do with a budget. I saw pony rides on there. I'm scared of horses, man. I'm not coming. But it looks amazing, man. Like the playground looks so crispy.
Fun.
The park looks so crispy. I'm impressed, man. I wish you had a before and after picture. I'm sure somebody's got the before picture somewhere. We need to showcase those and maybe even put them up in a sign up there.
Right. Like over time, because I'm sure certain things, it was progressive. So watching it go through its transformation into what it is today, I think that would be it's encouraging. It's encouraging and inspiring, right? It's like, okay, I can do this piece by piece. I don't have to do it one fell swoop. And
I think it's important
to support it. Go ahead,
yeah, I think the people in the community already know. But for the babies, right, you might have a 13-year-old that just grew up with the park already there, right? So it's important for them to know. It's important for them to know where it was and what it took to get there, right? I think that's important.
Yes.
Yeah, the context of that though, Chap, is like to instill the ability and the idea of stewardship, like in them taking ownership and recognizing that, hey, Mr. Richardson can't be out here watching the kids 10, 11 o'clock at night all the time like he has been. Not that he has to, but he does. And that someone else needs to, take the torch, the baton every now and again, even now. Like not later, but even now, and kind of instill that, in community members. And I'm sorry, Mr. Richardson, what were you going to say? I think I cut you off.
I did have some pictures in my other phone, but it cut out on me. But I'm gonna try to figure out a way where I can get them pictures out. And I would like to show a projection of what it looked like on into what it's looking like now. I think that would kind of give people a real good look at what they can do and how much they can make a change in their neighborhood if they've seen it from the beginning to now.
Right.
And I'm going to share with you, for me, in the minds of our youth, a lot of times in this instant gratification culture, they're inundated with images of the final form, right? Like kids today, they see Jay-Z the billionaire, but they didn't see the steps it took to get there. Exactly. They may see pictures of that park now, but they don't understand the years and the steps it took to get there. And what happens is a lot of our kids, we're failing our kids because we're allowing them to emulate the end product instead of emulating the work.
Exactly.
So what happens is, let's take, for example, Jay-Z is just a perfect example. If my son is out there emulating what he sees in Jay-Z now, not understanding what it took to get there, and he's not fulfilling his purpose. But if he learns what it looked like to get there and emulates the work ethic, then what happens is through that work ethic, he won't become like Jay-Z. He'll become his full potential because he's emulating the work ethic that develops success.
Right.
Mhm.
And
Right.
so I think it's important, like I said, showing those steps and showing the work ethic. Yes, we celebrate and glorify the final form or the next milestone, but we need to teach the babies how to get to the milestones, because even if we're not around and they know how to get to the milestones, then they'll know how to get to the milestones. Like they
Exactly.
won't need us.
Yeah, navigating the system and everything about it. One of the things that you made me think about, Chad, is like as they're learning, one of the things that I remember reading somewhere was, it'll take me 7 to 10 years because that's the average time that it has taken a community of tiny homes to, to become something that the community actually wants, supports, and then supports to build, right? Because there's different levels to all of those things. But so that's the tiny home thing. But with anything in life, I think it says something like, it's a 10-year journey to become a master of anything. You need something like 40,000 hours to consider yourself a master. Like if you look at people who study karate and doctors and all of these different, professions, they fall under that $40,000 hour category. So if kids know you're not going to get it in 1 hour, you're not going to get it in 1 year. Like, do you know how long 40,000 hours is? And know it, to appreciate the process. Like, this is how you learn to perfect something. You learn what not to do. You learn your shortcuts. You learn what works best for you. And all of these things are a part of the process. And I have to remind myself sometimes, appreciate the process. Like, it's okay to learn, right? Like, it's okay not to know everything and to learn as you go. And I often have to remind folks, Chap loves to tell me what I don't know. And I'm like, I'm going to get to it, Chap. I'm going to get to it. I don't have a tab open to know who that person is in Baltimore or to know who that, what were you telling me when we did the, you told me I was a journalist or a podcaster. I was like, I don't know who you're talking about, Chap. I don't know. But one day I will. One day I will. One day I'll have to, because you let me know that this is a gap that I need to, begin to focus on. So those are the things that I think we should teach our young kids to start to embrace. That instant gratification, that's for the birds. That's for stuff that isn't worth having.
Easy come, easy go. That's why it's a saying.
Yep. Absolutely. So, Mr. Richardson, what do you have going on at the lot? What's coming up? What's going on? Because I know you guys had the Northeast Leaders meeting already.
Right. And June the 18th, I'm doing a house fest for all the adults. They play nothing but house music. That's going to be on June the 18th. It's like a Juneteenth weekend. They're going to do a house festival out there.
And then do people have to pay for tickets?
It's free.
It's free $99, y'all.
That's the thing about this community lot that I generated too. I do things free for the community. A lot of people do little things and they charge people. Nothing out here is charged. It's all about free, giving the people the opportunity to see. Because I remember hearing the saying years and years ago, nothing is free. There is still some things that are free. And that's what making good in the communities stands for, doing stuff for the community that don't cost them nothing. But at the same time, it educates them and allows them to have fun, meet different people, and learn different things. So June the 18th, House Fest concert from 12 to 8 for free. August the 13th, Nonviolent Family and Friends event for free. And as time go on, I'll figure out something else to do. I do Halloween things. I do Christmas. I dress up as Santa Claus, give all the kids toys. Every holiday, Easter, we have Easter events out there. I just try to generate something all throughout the year to enable people to have a humble atmosphere.
Yeah, I love
loving
it.
the community, man. Come on.
Right.
And love is free. It don't cost a thing, especially when you know the unlimited source, right?
That's right.
Amen. Man, I'm telling you, somebody told me a long time ago that, and this has really helped me as I serve the community as a chaplain, and as we come across marginalized people or traumatized people, is that, people can only love to the capacity that they have been loved.
Exactly.
And so you are pouring love into an entire community, and not just the children, man, but the adults, your peers, the aging citizens. You're just loving in this community, and you really changing. We'll never understand how much you're changing Baltimore by by increasing the capacity of love that your neighborhood can receive and reciprocate through what you're doing. We'll never know, but I know it's exponential, man.
It
Like
has to be.
I'm telling you, if you all go over there for anything, you're gonna feel that love when you walk in that space, man.
Not only
it's a
that,
sanctuary, bro.
not only
Seriously.
that, Chap, since I've been there 2 or 3 times now. I've only met Mr. Richardson this year. And now that I mention it, I'm like, oh, well, you can stop by and see one of the micro shelters and the Making Good in the Community lot. They're like, oh, Dwayne's like, oh, Mr. Richardson's like, how does everybody know this man? Like, what is going on here? How did I not know? But it's funny because, again, like I said, as soon as Khadijah said something and Charlene said something, then I visited you and I was like, oh, wait, this is where the digital equity event is going to be. I didn't even recognize it. Like, it was just one thing after another. So it's great to know that your name, like Chap says, is ringing bells in the streets. Like, people know who you are. And that's why you get the support that you get. So let me ask you this. If I want to come to the event on June 18th, do I bring a tent? Do I bring a blanket? Do I bring a chair? What do I need to do what should I bring?
I normally tell everybody to bring their own chair. I have plenty of tents, but if they want to bring a tent, they want to bring a chair and blanket, they can. But if they don't have a tent, I'll supply a tent for them. I'll supply chairs for them.
Can I bring a bottle of wine, or does it have to be water?
It's an adult event.
All right. All right. This is sounding more like my kind of party. All right. Let me think. Chat. All right. And you said 12 to 8. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any more questions for that particular event. So now the event in August, do you need donations? How do you normally get
people to vote?
I always tell people if they can, I would appreciate the contributions. But I do tell people if they're going to bring hot dogs and hamburgers, it has to be in sealed packages. Nothing against nobody, but I don't serve pork because you never know who can eat it and who can't. So I only sell beef and chicken. If they want to get school supplies like book bags or something like that, they can do that. But I do loaded book bags. So if they're going to get book bags, make sure they have the supplies inside the book bags. And that's pretty much it. I just want everybody to come out and have a nice time. Tell your family members, tell your friends. That's when I do the Nonviolent Family and Friends event. It's just not about my community. It's about the city of Baltimore, period.
Right. And I love the idea of getting donations ahead of time and, just keeping them for when the event comes, because it's one of the things that the shelter could be used for, in addition to the library for the kids and the babies. But you already have a container there. Like, your lot is already situated to do what it needs to do all the time. So that's a beautiful blessing. That is awesome. Okay, so donations, you'll take donations. The next event is the 18th, 12 to 8. Bring your blankets and your chairs. 3545 Cliff Mount Ave.
She sound like she's doing the Melba's commercial.
Yeah, right. Like I'm on 92Q, right?
Yeah,
serving the community.
And you can let them know if they want to make a contribution, they can Cash App me. My Cash App is Making Good in Our Community. Dwayne Richardson, Making Good in Our Community. $ - , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , , ,
All right.
2 G's.
But I don't spell it all the way out. I just spell the initials, the first initials of everything. The $sign MGIOC. You got me?
Making good in the
Yeah.
MGITC.
MGIOC.
In our community.
Oh, our community. Sorry.
$sign. That's it right there. You got it.
It almost looks like magic.
Almost. If you go there, it almost looks like magic.
Well, thanks to the Lord, it is magic that I was able to do this so many years and get to where I'm at from where I came from. So I thank God every day for that, and I love the support that I get from you guys and the community. And, I just hope that someone else will pick up the ball, like Laquita said, and continue to do what I'm doing now as I pass on, because we need more of this in the communities throughout the whole Baltimore City to stop this nonsense that's going on.
Right.
I ain't have a whole lot, y'all, but I sent what I had. Dwayne. So when you put it in, it'll say Dwayne Richardson, man.
Thank you. Somebody told me a long time ago, if a person just send you $1, it's the thought and the person's heart that counts. That's all.
They did what they could, right?
And closed mouths don't get fed. So
that's right.
You gotta ask, man.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And so one more time, the Adaptive The Adaptive Village by Collectively. You are entry 41.
And it's in the comments.
Yep, it's in the comments. Folks can click on that. And what do you need more support? What do you need from us? Anything else?
Yes, I do need more votes because I was told they select the first 5 people that has the most votes, and then the committee votes on which one of them 5 that they're gonna pick. They pick 2 out of them 5. But after they get them 5, it doesn't matter how many votes you get. But the key to it is, if everybody is constantly voting for me, when the committee take that vote, they'll see the attention that my video and what I'm doing for the community has brought into the people. So that'll give me a better chance. So I'm asking people to please vote for me. Vote as many times as you can. Share it with your friends, your families. You guys see how hard I've been working to get this far, and I want to go further. And I just thank everybody and appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody for what they do.
Yeah, I'm after the show, man. I'm gonna send you a link. You can fill out a survey, and definitely this week, hopefully, you can get on the morning show with Mr. William Honolulu or Donnie, because they also got a lot of viewers, and they can help. They can help just reciprocate this message, man.
Yeah, the sooner the better. Because when does voting stop?
The
27th. So we got 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you can vote multiple days from multiple accounts. Just make sure you go to your email and confirm after you vote. It's going to send you an email. Click confirm for the email.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You are so very welcome. So are you good to go? Do you have any more plugs you want to make? Did we ask the right questions?
You asked all the right questions. I couldn't think of no better questions. I just thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. It's an honor to meet you guys. And the funny thing is, me and Chap met about 4 years ago?
4 years ago. So 4 years ago as a chaplain, I met this man.
And when we met up again, I was like, wow, we know each other.
Yeah, so when I put his phone number in my phone, the contact popped up, and then he reminded me. He said, we met over on Norman Avenue at Church of the Apostle. And it's just it's Baltimore, it's God's timing, it's all of these things, man. It was spiritually encouraging as well to know that 4 years ago our paths crossed serving the community, and we're both still serving. So kudos to you, man, because it's easy to get burnt out here. It's easy to get shut down, but you ain't give up. And so I know your tenacity is supreme.
And I love that he remembered exactly who you were, Chap. Like, you had enough of an impression on him that he was like, you know what? this man is somebody that I need to remember. And then he saw you and said, I know who you are. I know exactly who you are, young man.
He did.
Sure did. And
any final words, man? Give it to you.
I just want to say thank y'all for putting me on this show. I really appreciate it. You know, it's good to be able to reach out and let people know about the positive things that's going on in Baltimore City instead of always hearing about the negative things. And I just want to say, whenever y'all doing something, I want to be a part of it. You know, you guys have just inspirated me so much more, you know, because like you say, chat, sometimes you feel like you just want to give up because things ain't going fast as you wanted to go or the way you wanted to go. But meeting you two has made me feel so much stronger. And it's like you guys put me back when I first started this from the very beginning. And I really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much.
I'm glad we could help to energize.
Yep, and I got 2 announcements since you said anything we're doing. Every Sunday morning at 9 a.m., we do a wellness walk with the doc. Quita and her crew hosts and facilitates Walk with the Doc at Lake Montebello at 9 a.m. You know, you can bring the kids out. If you need transportation, give me a call.
The kids, the fur babies.
Yeah, everybody. And then June 11th, mark your calendar because we are wilding out and hosting the historic Pennsylvania Avenue Parade. So we marching from Penn North all the way down to Robert C. We got 12 marching bands so far. We got a black motorcycle crew. We got the Arabs. We got an MC and a DJ, and we got a prom queen riding the front. It's a whole parade, bro. So come celebrate.
I'm trying to figure out how to pull a little tiny home along.
And you said that's June 11th?
June 11th, 12 p.m.
And see that
kids ain't never seen nothing like it, so let's get them out there.
Yeah, I may be able to come for a little while, but because June 11th, I'm honoring all the graduated students in the community. I've ordered a marching band, and I'm giving a free graduation party to all the kids in the community that graduated.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
Is that going to be at the lot?
That's going to be at the lot.
And what time is that event?
It's going to start at 5, so that's why I say I'll probably come down there and walk with y'all for a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Yep, and then go back, set up, start arranging stuff.
Amen.
And so, chat, what time is the event at Pennsylvania Avenue?
12 p.m.
At 12.
Make sure y'all send me that link and remind me. I definitely will be there. That Sundays, my church service starts at 11 o'clock, so I'm kind of tied up on Sundays.
Okay.
You know,
fair enough.
I usually don't get out of there till about 1 o'clock, but I'll keep it in mind, and maybe I'll just tell the pastor one Sunday I'll come and support y'all event, just do something different, because I told them the other day, a church is not just inside the walls. We have to go out and fellowship and allow ourselves to meet other people, communicate with other events, to allow people to see how much God has done for you and how you can learn how much God has done for somebody else. So I'm kind of like putting that tone in their head, you know, to get out.
That's the word. Look, that's the word. That's
right.
the
You
word, baby.
Talking that stuff. But listen, don't come out now because it is hot. Okay. Like you.
Yeah, he gets to me too.
Specifically, I don't want to hear your church complaining about how Laquita had y'all out there at Lake Montebello and somebody got heat stroke. I don't. So y'all come in the fall. So you keep talking.
Okay. So that's gonna be up Lake Montebello this Sunday.
Every Sunday until
December. And what all else y'all say y'all do?
We walk around the lake with a doctor, and it could be any sort of doctor. It could be a medical doctor, an anxiety doctor, a nutritionist, a chiropractor, and you get to talk about, you know, what your ailments may be or questions that you've had in the past. But we also do some mindfulness. We do some stretching. We use some of the equipment with one of the trainers out there. We do.
I learned there's a whole farm down Frankfurt.
All right.
Yeah.
But you know what, Chat and Laquita, My brother-in-law loves it up Montebello, so I wouldn't be surprised if he be up there watching y'all, because that's where
What's
his
your brother's
favorite
name?
spot. His name is Linwood, and
I think I
he
might know. Does he wear glasses?
sometimes
Okay, no,
he
the
drives
guy that
a SUV green truck. He's always up there. He calls
I'm
that
gonna
his
keep a
relaxed
lookout.
spot.
All right, well,
I'm
tell
gonna
him
keep a
come
lookout
relax with
for
us.
him.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right,
so
brother.
Fab, you were mentioning the farm in Bel Air Edison. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Atia's
one thing I
farm.
learned about at the community walk. There's a farm in Bel Air Edison, a whole farm with sheep and everything, bro.
Where?
What? Yeah.
I never noticed there was no
I'm
farm in
telling you.
Bel Air Edison.
I'm
What part of
telling
Bel
you.
Air Edison?
I'm Frankfurt,
Yep.
Frankfurt and Bel Air in that neighborhood.
Yep, but it's in the cut. You have to drive
Blissful
on that
Meadows.
street in order to see it. You can't
What did you say it was again?
Blissful Meadows. Is that what it's called?
Bliss Meadows
Bliss
at
Meadows.
Frankfurt or off of Frankfurt.
So if you go straight out Frankfurt, going which direction? Going towards
Towards 40. You're heading east.
okay. I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
Bliss
check that
Meadows.
out.
Bliss Meadows.
I never knew that. I never knew
Owned
that.
by
Me
a
neither.
black woman.
But but you find out stuff like that at the walks. So yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And so that one thing that you mentioned, I found out that there's a Danielle. I'm so bad with last names. Either way, Danny has a whole wine line. So one of the girls one of the ladies who often comes to the walk has a whole like wine brand. I'm like, we need to have a wine tasting on the community lot or something. We need to bring this back together, a little sipping paint or something. We're gonna figure something out though. We're gonna figure something out. Because the good thing about your lot, Mr. Richardson, is that you have that pavilion to block the sun.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wayne, I'm looking at it. It's on it's Parkwood and Plainfield. It's behind that neighborhood.
I'm looking at it now. 5105 Plainfield.
5105 Plainfield Avenue.
Probably so. Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go check that out because I never knew that was up there.
Hey Wayne.
I never knew about that. And that gives me an idea too, because I had told the kids as soon as I can get in contact with somebody, I wanted to bring a little petting zoo down to give the kids the opportunity to see real live animals and other than dogs and cats, like sheep.
I'm gonna send you the link because they're doing something, I think, for little black girls who are 8 years old to 11 years old, coming up now. And then sometime in June, I think they're doing something like bigger for the family. So I'll get those links from her because, you're family. I'm sure we can get you a discount of free $3.99. Y'all can just pull up and
do that. Because I like to take a couple of kids up there and show them something different.
Yes,
right.
Sir.
Yeah, you pick the kids up from school and all of that anyway, so you might as well. Mr. Richardson is doing everything in the community, okay? Not just making good every daggone thing. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm doing my best to do the right thing. I even started my own senior wellness program where I go around on call the seniors once a week, and I go and help them take their insulin. If they need to go to the store, I take them to market. If they need to go pick up their medicine, I take them to pick up their medicine. And a lot of times I just go and sit and talk with them because a lot of them don't have no family that still come see them, and they get lonely, and just to have somebody talk to them once a week on the phone and
show up for some cards. If they're playing some pinochle spades, I'll show up.
You want to play pinochle and spades? Chat will come with you.
Whatever they're playing,
right. Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do Father's Day. Pinochle and spades. All right. Bring your gang, brother. Bring your gang.
Yep. Let's make it happen.
Right.
All right, folks. So it's almost 8:00. I don't want Robert to get mad at us. And he already checked in and he is listening to us and paying attention. So thank you for checking in, Robert. But we're going to go ahead and get out of here, Mr. Richardson. It was a pleasure hearing all the amazing things that you're doing and want to continue to do. So thank you for what you do.
Thank you guys too.
Yeah, you made it so easy. Thank you for making it so easy. You're doing so much. We had so many things to talk about. So we'll have you back toward the end of one of two of your events and see what's going on with you. See, there go
That'll
Robert.
work. That'll work. And
All right.
maybe we can set up some footage so we can show people how the activities turned out and how many people
Yes.
showed up,
We're gonna definitely get some pictures and some video.
Okay.
All right, so
All right,
we gotta hop off for Robert.
All right. Peace out, y'all. I love y'all. Thanks again.